So the Raven is our touchscreen console. It's basically, it is a touchscreen interface that we have designed in order to basically to streamline workflow and to get you out of Pro Tools so that you're not stuck in a keyboard and mouse and stuck in a screen the entire time, and get you back involved in the creative process, to streamline your entire workflow and get you back to actually conversing with the musician who's behind you, the artist who's there.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've created an entire software overlay that basically goes over Pro Tools. As you can see, what he's got up right now is just the regular Pro Tools screen.
Okay.
And then we've created the Raven software, which goes with the Raven mixer and goes on top of Pro Tools and creates, for one thing, much larger faders. It gives you actual full 100mm throw faders.
Okay.
It gives you the multi-touch access because Pro Tools itself is only really designed for single touch. It's designed for a mouse, which has one point to be able to touch stuff. So we had to create an entire multi-touch access. And then we also designed and built into this something called the batch command system.
Okay.
Batch command system is something that allows you to chain together up to 1,000 key commands, mouse clicks, keyboard shortcuts into one button. So let's say that you always use the same drum mics, and you always use the same miking technique, you always record the drummers the same way, you use 14 mics, you label your tracks the same inputs and outputs, it's your studio, you run it as you do. You can set up a key command that is basically create drum tracks. And it will create 14 new audio tracks, set the inputs and outputs, label all the audio tracks, kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, as you want them to be labeled right there. So you just press the button, you turn around and you start talking with the drummer about what we're actually going to do in this song and get involved back in the creative process rather than sitting there and mouse clicking and keyboarding and typing and labeling all your tracks and going through all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. So this right now, this works for Pro Tools, right?
It's Pro Tools and Logic.
Oh, Logic too.
Yep.
Okay,
so
great.
the Logic build is over here.
We're exclusive through Guitar Center. Like, click and hold this menu.
Oh, nice.
For the MTI.
So are these available at the moment, or
they are absolutely available at the moment. You can get them at any Guitar Center that you want to go to.
Oh, okay.
They're all
great,
over
great.
the place.
What's the price? What's the price point on these?
Price point on this, the map price is $24.99.
Oh, okay, great. All right, thank you.
And that gives you the Raven MTI as well as all the Raven software. The thing that we really like about it is, unlike buying a hardware console, this is updatable.
Okay.
So one of the things that we are very big on is getting user feedback.
Okay, okay.
And we're very interactive with our customers and people who are using the Raven and asking them all the time, like, what would you like to see? What new features would you like to see? How would you like to see this stuff actually built up?
Okay.
And they can send us anything that they want. And that's how the batch command system came about. That's how the new faders came about. Everything that's come about within the Raven 2.0 software is stuff that we've gotten from our users saying, hey, it'd be really cool if it could do this. And we'll go, you're right, it would be really cool if it could do that. We can work on that because it's software, we can update it. So as the years go by, this will never go, you know, it'll never become obsolete. It'll never be that console from 30 years ago that, man, I love the sound of this thing, but I really wish it could.
I know it's adaptable, so you're saying it's adaptable, so that's a good thing. It can work with different DAWs. So far, just Logic and Pro Tools, right?
So far, Logic and Pro Tools. We're working on Cubase, Innuendo, Ableton. I mean, we're working on everything. It does work with anything that you want it to. I mean, I can actually run this thing. So if I... Come on. We need to calibrate this thing. Okay. But I can go in and work on my Mac in normal ways. So it does work with any DAW.
Okay.
But with other DAWs, it only works in single touch.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Because that's basically the way that the thing that we had to do was to hack into, or essentially what we did was create an overlay within Pro Tools, because Pro Tools is set up for single touch. Same thing with Logic. All of those things are set up to be a mouse with one pointer that clicks on things and does stuff. So getting them all multi-touch is where we're having to do a lot of the software programming.
So how many points of touch can you have on here?
This one has, the small one, this guy has 6 points of multi-touch.
Oh, okay, nice.
We've got a 46-inch version, the Raven MTX, which is the large guy. That one has 12 points of multi-touch.
Okay, cool. So you can use both your hands and get in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another person.
Yeah. Hey, that's great. So
yeah, we set up the big one for, you know, with 12 points of multi-touch for post-production guys.
Okay.
Because you'll have you know, your dialogue mixer and then your effects mixer sitting together, and they can both be working on the same console and mixing at the same time.
Real nice, yeah. So you can just really get a lot more work done in that way. So
that's the whole point.
Just looking at the monitor and you just have it all right there. So.
Exactly. You want to go and select a section of a track, move a track around, whatever it is that you want to do. It's just right there.
But you can only do certain things, though. Like, what if you want to like slice a track, something like that?
Not a problem.
So we have our scissor tool, actually. Some of our basic tools right in here.
Oh, okay.
So I'll change it to my scissor tool, and now I can just click and cut.
Oh,
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
If I want to go and draw in automation, I've got a pencil tool that I can grab.
You got to do.
You got to go to an automation channel.
Automation menu.
Yeah. Oh,
and now
nice.
I can draw in my automation.
That's really nice right there. And you can just use your finger and just go at.
Absolutely.
It's better than using the mouse.
Marquee tool, so I can select it, and I can just delete what I did. Tool. I'm more of a Pro Tools guy, so
yeah, you got the fade tool up.
Yeah, I use Logic, so.
Oh, you're a Logic guy.
Yeah, I'm a Logic.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to delete automation in Logic, but.
Yeah.
Apple,
there we go.
See, there you go.
Apple Z, yeah. That's
it.
Mac laptop, of course, I could have done that by just hitting the undo button.
Oh, okay, so you got everything.
We've got everything right here. Yeah, I mean, that's the entire idea. The whole point of this is to streamline your workflow, get you into the creative mode faster, and get you out of the studio faster, so that instead of spending a 16-hour day, you're cutting it back to an 8 or 10-hour day, and you can actually go home and have dinner.
Yeah, exactly. You can have a little life after that. Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of that was Steven's big goal in making this thing, was to make it so that people could actually continue to work in music, but actually have a life outside of the studio. Essentially.
How long has the Raven MTI been on the market?
The MTI's been on the market for about 1.5 years, Matt.
About a year and a half. We actually released it in October.
Oh, okay, last year. Okay,
yep.
great.
For the MTI, the MTX.
MTX has been around, I believe, since 2011.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been around, so.
All right.